Relocating isn't just a move, it's a transformation. For high-performing women, every decision is intentional. So let's talk about how to move to Charleston with elegance, strategy, and ease. So a brief overview of this video, we will cover the move, logistics, mindset, and legacy. So you might be thinking, why Charleston? Charleston is historically beautiful. So as you're walking throughout the Charleston area, you will see beautiful builds from the 1800s. You'll see brick-lined streets and modern restaurants that have a southern spin. The slower pace of life creates a sense of community. So this means you don't have to rush around and never get to meet your neighbor. And with this slower pace of life, you'll build a sense of community. So when you move to Charleston, people often think, is Southern charm a myth? It's not uncommon that your neighbors wave to you, stop by, and ask how you're doing. And Charleston continues to be at the forefront of industry. Charleston is the largest import of luxury cars like BMW. And in most recent news, Charleston is building an EV recycling factory. Charleston has large employers here that include MUSC, College of Charleston, Trident Tech, and many other colleges that are at the forefront of education. So the cost of living and the quality of life is very different than most major cities. Here in Charleston, you can get more for your money. However, you are trading it for a slower pace, and that can be an upside to many. While Charleston is growing, it still has that hometown feel. Places like downtown Charleston have a lot going on. Places like Somerville and Goose Creek have a slower pace. Downtown Charleston has museums, galleries, the waterfront, so that is a more active lifestyle that you would live. Often you will find concerts, festivals, food truck festivals going on in downtown Charleston, as opposed to Somerville and Goose Creek that tends to be the suburb of Charleston. They have a slower pace of life, like farmers markets, community gatherings in the park. It is a much slower pace. As you move to Charleston, I want you to reset your mindset into thinking that I'm leaving behind the hustle culture and moving into a peaceful, more fulfilling life. Reframing slowing down as living better. It will be difficult to transition from career woman to truly discovering who you are as a person, but I'm glad to say Charleston is a great place to do that. When you make this move, I don't want you to think you have to lose your ambition. Charleston has a lot of strong-willed career women that are still able to make their career expand and grow the way they want to. So I do applaud you on knowing that now is the right time to move to Charleston. You setting that intention is the first step in having a better quality life. There are many active and busy business women here in Charleston. There are many communities around growing your career and being the best in business that you can be. So I don't want you to lose your ambition, and when you get here, to connect with that community of like-minded women. And before you get here, I want you to have a clear picture in your mind on what a better quality of life means to you, whether that means living downtown or living near the beach. So choosing the right neighborhood before you move can be overwhelming just because most people have never been here before and they don't quite have a clear idea on what they're looking for in a neighborhood. I will give you a quick rundown of a few of the neighborhoods here in Charleston so you can get a better idea. Mount Pleasant is a family-friendly suburb about 20 minutes from downtown Charleston. It's upscale with great schools and great farmers market and local shops. Downtown is where you'll find most of the culture, most of the festivals. It is very diverse. It is more active than the other neighborhoods that I'll mention here. In downtown Charleston, this is where you'll find the historic homes and walkability. West Ashley is also 20 minutes from downtown Charleston. This is the artsy suburb. This is where you'll find more scenic routes, walkways, slightly lower price point, and very serene. North Charleston is where you'll find a lot of the big businesses, the big box shops. This is closer to the airport if you tend to travel out of the country a lot. And as a bonus, I'll include Daniels Island. If you are huge on conservation and living an upscale life, Daniels Island might be an option for you. So it's very important to match your lifestyle with your future goals. I do have a resource here, I'll put it in the comments, Ultimate Home Buyer Guide, where you can see which neighborhood truly meets your needs. When you're truly ready to buy a home here in Charleston, make sure you work with a holistic realtor that truly understands your needs and aligns a home with your future values. Just because you are moving to Charleston doesn't mean you'll stop working. A lot of the clients I work with are remote working women, and they utilize the resources of co-working spaces that you can find throughout Charleston. Some of the better ones I like are in Park Circle and Mount Pleasant. Low Country Local Forest is a great resource to women who are trying to break into the business industry. And some great resources for women entrepreneurs would be the I Hope Center in North Charleston. Whether you're just starting out, looking to network, or just want to refine your knowledge on owning and operating a business, that is a great resource. So to recap, my two resources for business women and entrepreneur women who are moving to Charleston are Low Country Local First, LLF, or the I Hope Women Business Center. And both of these you can find with a quick Google search. And these two places can help you truly build your network and your presence here in Charleston. If you're really thinking about starting a business here, you don't necessarily have to travel to these two places, but every area has their own chamber of commerce that you can visit. I truly want you to sit down and think about what type of morning routine you want to have when you move here. The neighborhood can truly affect your idea of a perfect morning. So for example, if your idea of a perfect morning is going on lawn walks and stopping for a cup of coffee, Daniels Island might be for you. However, if you don't care to stop in the morning for coffee or go on long walks and you just want a lot of options, Park Circle might be for you. So sitting down with my ebook and truly writing out what it is that you need from your next neighborhood is very important. So throughout Charleston, you will find many different types of communities. There are the more homestead communities out in Johns Island and Monk's Corner, where they value family and living with the land more than anything. You'll find younger communities, younger professional communities out in Park Circle and downtown, and communities like West Ashley tend to be more artsy, along with James Island that has a beautiful beach scene. You have to remember this move is to help you live more intentionally. So in order to live more intentionally, you have to have an idea of what it is. Whether that's yoga in the morning, better weather, walks, it's all up to you. You have to remember that slowing down is the key. You are moving to a southern city that is a bit slower than major cities. When you have your intentional morning and neighborhood written down, you'll move on to the next step. And the next step is planning your move to Charleston. The great thing here is you don't have to do it by yourself. By working with a licensed holistic realtor, they take a lot of that stress off of your hands. So your realtor will act like a project manager, whether you need to sell your home before you move here or this is your first time buying a home. I got you and I can handle that. Besides a realtor, there will be other things you need in order to move to Charleston. Whether you're selling a home, you will need an agent in your city that can make that happen quickly so you're on time to move to Charleston. You'll need movers, you will need storage, and plan on where you need to move. And depending on the time of year, it will depend on how busy it is. In the summer months, it will be a very busy, hot time to move. However, you will move in before school starts. In the winter, it will be a bit cooler and you can find those hidden gems. And a side note, if moving to a school district is important to you, you'll need to move before August. So choosing the right neighborhood and the right home is very important. Moving can be completely overwhelming, so remember to take breaks, delegate, and breathe. Remember, moving to Charleston is not just a new location. It is the intention of changing your life for the better. What are the next steps? So I want you to work through my Ultimate Home Buyer Workbook and go through the journal prompts. I want you to remember to maintain connections with your old self. You have to remember that your old self does not completely go away. You're ever evolving and changing. And I want you to give yourself grace for beginning again. Remember, you're just starting, you're a beginner, and you're evolving. You don't have to do this move alone. Work with a licensed realtor that helps holistic women like yourself make this bold, brilliant move. Book a one-on-one consultation with me to help get your relocation started. If you're at the end of the video, congratulations. Thank you for staying the whole time. And if you got a lot out of this, share, comment, and like this video. Send this to someone you think could use it. And until next time, guys, bye.